Yes, female genital mutilation is simply about mutilating the clitoris of a woman. I think that should be greatly discouraged, especially amongst the locals, those in the rural areas. So I think it should be discouraged because it has a lot of disadvantages, and top the topmost of the disadvantages is that when the clitoris of a woman is mutilated, it actually causes a lot of bleeding when a woman is giving birth at that stage. So I think it should be abolished.
By creating awareness, especially through the rural area, by meeting people who don't really know much, maybe they are ignorant about it. You understand? Tell them how to discourage them about it, especially in the rural area where most of the people there are more ignorant about it. So I think that's the best way to go about it.
It's by cutting the female vagina. During the olden days, they believed that, okay, by doing that, they'll prevent women from going out by sleeping with different men. But today, it's the other way around, because by cutting it, they won't get satisfied with one person, so they'll be going from one person to another. And it's very bad.
For me, I don't like it. It's wrong. Why? Because when it is done to them, it's most ladies to be unsatisfied in sex. So which it doesn't help us to control our children these days. The youth of nowadays, which they do that to, if you try to advise them, they refuse to understand because it's very easy for men to confuse them into sex. And when they start it, you see them getting a lack of satisfied because of what they have done to them when they were tender. So that I said is wrong.
The effect of female genital mutilation could result to complications during childbirth, issues with reproduction, and most especially the reduction of one's self-esteem, low self-esteem.
Genital mutilation is something where they have to cut off part of the woman's vagina, and it's mostly done based off of superstitious belief, not that it has any scientific or, let's say, scientific validated points. It's just done out of religion or a superstitious belief.
Female genital mutilation is the tampering of the female sexual organ by parents or institutions mainly due to what they believe.
Actually, it normally happens in the northern part of Nigeria, but I think it is illegal. It's not legal. It's something that is prohibited. Because on the northern part of Nigeria, I'm still practicing it.
No, not actually the rural area, but I believe most of, let's say 85% is done in the villages, not town. Because let's say people are aware in the township, but in the villages, most people are not aware.
Mostly in the city, they do it because if you allow such thing to grow, the children will not also be happy. But there are many ways to stop it, but not on circumcision.
I think government can do that by educating they should create more schools so that the citizen can be able to go to school. They will educate them more about it. So when they know more about it, it will be something difficult for them to be convinced. So I think when government should try and create schools, education.
So it can be prevented through awareness like you're doing right now, and through awareness.
Because most communities don't have sufficient awareness and enlightenment about the detriments of this act. So it's just done anyway because of, let's say, traditional beliefs and how they feel that it's still effective in, like their practice is still valid. So they don't have enough awareness on the effect these things have on women.
I think the local hospitals, NGOs, even the National Youth Service Corps, they can also join forces together to ensure that the message is disseminated and everyone, especially in the local areas, get to at least to a great extent ensure that these practices are abolished.
Just like what you're doing now, Okay, so you're on Root TV, right? So you go ahead and televise it and announce it to people. I think that would be better.
I would say enlightenment. When people are told about the effect of these things, I feel like they would be able to know that it has more adverse health effects than a temporary, traditional, whatever it is they want to do.
With what I've heard so far, with things I've seen so far, female genital mutilation most times is done to reduce the sexual craving of females. That's one of the reasons I'm sure about. That's one of the reasons I know about. So I think awareness, letting the females know that they should be chaste, letting them know that they should, letting them know that they should be chaste, basically, would go a long way. They could do that. They are human beings, and human beings can do what they want to do. So it's funny that even if a child is the genitals of a female child, a girl child is mutilated, the girl would still do what she wants to do. So parents, guidance, people should be open to the females around them.